What if I told you this beautiful lambskin rug started as a rawhide? In this video, I will take you through every step of the traditional alum tanning process. If you ever want to learn how to tan a sheepskin at home, let's get started. So the step number one we call curing. You have to salt the flesh side generously and leave it for 2-3 days. Okay, so I just put another layer of salt and cut off the area where was the head and some of the tail, but it still needs much more salt. Okay, so last night I left the skin outside on top of the pallets, and what happened is that some animal came and took it off the pallet and left it a few meters away. So I found the rug today morning and most of the salt was gone. So what I decided to do is to move the pallets into the old farmhouse and reapply the salt. So basically this is how it looks after the salt is reapplied. And so you can see that all rug is completely covered with it. And when you'll be doing, just make sure that the sides of the rug are unfolded and that the salt's reaching every tiny little piece of it, so nothing will rot. And now we have to leave it like that for 24-48 hours. After that, I'm gonna shake off the salt and reapply it. Okay, so you can cut off the skin pieces which don't have any wool on it. That's fine. You can just give it the shape you want your rug to have later. Okay, so this piece I'm gonna discard, and then we're gonna, for this wool rag, I think I'm gonna cut off the leg. Don't need it really. Maybe next time I will keep it, but this one we're just gonna cut off. Okay, so I just cut off the pieces of wool which I don't need it here in a bucket. I'm just gonna throw that away. And this is how the shape looks like, more or less now. And you see that it's still very dirty. There are pieces of vegetation which my mom's taking them out now, and that dark patch on the top left, that's actually dry blood. We will wash that later, but right now we have to dehydrate the hide. Okay, sorry, I meant rehydrate the hide. Rehydrate the hide, exactly. So I prepared the top with cool water and washing up liquid. More or less you will need, for the medium size rug, 10 liters of water with 2 to 4 tablespoons of washing up liquid. And we're gonna submerge the wool, initially the wool side up. Okay, so wool side up, we're gonna leave it like that. Now push it down underneath so it will be completely submerged in water, and we're gonna leave it like that for 1 to 3 hours. But every 20-30 minutes you have to move it a little bit. That will help to loosen the salt and shake it off the rug. Oh, and the water needs to be cool, obviously. Use the cool water. So after soaking the hide, I let it drain for 5-10 minutes, And now it's a time to scrape off any pieces of meat, fat or membrane. We're gonna start from the neck area. Okay, so I don't have a professional scraping knife. I'll be trying those three things: the dull kitchen knife, the scyzoryk, not sure how you call it in English, and also the pocket knife, and also the spoon. We'll see how it goes. It's actually very hard to remove it. But membranes here and here, big pieces of fat, so that needs to go. Here is good. Here in this part you don't have to do anything, but all this fat here on the edges, that needs to go away. Otherwise later, if you keep it, if you don't take it off, then the rack will start to spoil and smell badly. After all the fat and membranes are removed, I'm going to wash now the wool. So I place the hide wool side down in a lukewarm water with the washing up liquid, and I'll be pressing very gently a few times and then maybe change the water. It depends how dirty is your hide. Mine is quite dirty, so I will change the water and wash it minimum 2, maybe 3 times until I will see that the water is actually clean. Okay, so I'm now washing the wool and taking out by hand all the bigger pieces of vegetation. I will change the water a few times and just want to have a good feel. Is there anything inside, hiding inside the wool? If there is, I'm just gonna remove it, throw it away, and then you just basically wash it like this, a little bit, but not with too much agitation because it can felt, so you have to be very careful. Have a good feeling in your wool, and yeah, make sure you're not gonna felt it. Okay, so now it's time for what we call the vinegar pickle. The recipe for it is around 10 liters of water, and you will need between 500 milliliters and 750 milliliters of the vinegar. This is the vinegar which I use, which is basic fruit vinegar, 5% acidity, and you make sure that you submerge your hide completely, so the wool side and the skin side is covered with this vinegar solution. The whole purpose of it is that it will prevent the growth of bacteria. It will prepare the hide for the potassium alum, which we will do right after. It will also lower the pH of the hide. My hide is already in the vinegar solution. You will have to leave it like that for between 2 to 6 hours, and then every 30 to 60 minutes leave the hide a little bit and turn it over to make sure that the vinegar penetrates the hide completely. So next step is alum tanning bath. My hide has been completely submerged in a mixture of water, salt and alum for the last 6 days. There are 2 ways to calculate the proportions. So first method is based on the hide weight, and the second method is based on the water volume. So for example, in the first method, if you have a hide which weighs 1 kilo, then you need enough water just to submerge it. Then you will need somewhere between 200 and 250 grams of salt and between 100 and 150 grams of alum. So this method was used mostly in traditional European homes. Then there is the second method, which is based on the water volume, and that one, for that one you will basically use 100 grams of alum per liter of water, plus a similar amount of salt per liter. And this is very common in older American and commercial style recipes where a larger volume of tanning liquor is used. So which should I use? So since I'm tanning one small lamb hide, then I will use the hide weight method. It uses much less alum and it's entirely adequate for a lambskin. So after alum bath is done, you have to drain and briefly rinse your hide for about 1 or 2 minutes with cold water. After that, we're gonna neutralize the hide with baking soda. You basically need between 25 and 50 grams of baking soda for 5 liters of water. Then you submerge your hide in that and leave it only for 10 to 15 minutes. After neutralizing hide, you have to rinse it and hang it to let it dry out of direct sunlight until it's until the wool is mostly dry and the skin side it's barely damp. Okay, so the hide have been drying for a while now. The wool side is still quite wet, but the skin side it's mostly dry but still very flexible. It's a little bit damp, so now I'm going to apply pure Neatsfoot oil. You basically need like a 1, maybe 2 tablespoons of it, very little. You can apply it with your hands or on the piece of cloth and apply evenly on a whole hide and then leave it to rest for 1, maybe 2 hours, and after that you can work your hide.
Work here.
I'm gonna put one container of the oil like this. Only a tiny bit.
Oil?
Yeah, it's
For
a special
what?
oil.
The oil for the
It's the oil for the hide.
hide.
Yeah, and now we're gonna
Do?
spread it all over the skin, honey. Okay. So I end up applying 3 tablespoons of that Neatsfoot oil, and now I will leave the hide for 2 to 6 hours so it can absorb it, and after that we will stretch it. The next step is called breaking the hide. Some people think that this is the most important step because it determines whether your hide will be soft and flexible or stiff. So to do this, you have to stretch your hide in all directions as much as you can, and also rub it against some soft edge. So for that purpose I use the chair. Always skin side on the chair, and then you rub it like that, focusing on all areas, and you have to do this for quite a long time. And so for example, you can do like 15-20 minutes, and then you can have a break and do it again in a few hours, and a break, and then do it again, on and on, until you will see that the hide is actually soft and flexible. So this is how you do that. You will see also that once you're doing it, a lot of dirt will come out. So all the edges. The wool is dry. The final step is to brush it. You can use it a slicker brush, just like the one I'm using right now. The wool should stay attached, well attached to the skin. It basically means that whole process was done properly. So you might still have some pieces of vegetation inside the wool, so just take it manually out and then continue brushing, and basically that's it, it will be done. And here it is, my finished alum tanned lambskin rug. I'm really happy with how it turned out. The wool is soft, the hide is flexible, and I even managed to keep the cute little tail. It's amazing to think this started as a raw lamb hide and step by step became something beautiful and useful that will last for many years. This is actually my second sheepskin rug, but my first one tanned using alum. Every project teaches me something new, and I can already see the little things I'll do even better on the next one. Nothing from this lamp went to waste. It fed our family, and now its beautiful fleece will keep us warm for years to come. I think that's one of the most respectful ways to honor the animal. I hope this tutorial has shown you that tanning a sheepskin at home is absolutely possible if you are willing to take your time and enjoy the process. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Quinta dos Magros, and leave me a comment below. I'd love to know if you've ever tanned a hide before, or if this is something you'd like to try yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!